Barry, I'm really, really grateful that you agreed to be part of the Business Success Marathon. I know that you're very famous for having written 10 books, and you're also senior speaker for Black Card Books, which is the fastest growing company, publishing company in the world. And I would like you to tell us what you're going to be talking about. So, speakers and coaches and entrepreneurs and other small business owners who are going to be part of the Business Success Marathon will understand why it's so important to come and join your talk. So, over to you, Barry.
Thank you, Azana. It's such a pleasure to be representing you and Black Card Books today. For those of you who are watching and listening in, I want you to know that writing a book is the number one thing you can do for marketing yourself. You become the expert. Think about it. I mean, it's almost a play on words. Why? Because you're the authority. You're the one who wrote the book about it, right? I don't care whether you're a contractor, a dentist, a real estate agent, a car salesperson. If you write a book, you have positioned yourself far and above, far and away. It's almost like an unfair advantage over your competition.
Now let's actually show the audience what a book means to you. So can we just go through your books very quickly, and then they will understand all of a sudden how you will become better positioned than just a few seconds before.
Oh, cool, yeah. Well, my very first book a long time ago was a 8.5 by 11, and I threw it together, and it just changed me from a speaker to a published author. And then the second book we wrote was called Let's Talk About Money, because we were trying to bring couples together and save their marriages. Then we did, my next book was one of the Chicken Soup for the Soul books. I'm the first Canadian to write one of these, and that positioned me in the speaking market, and I got to speak all over North America. Then I said, well, I'm going to start my own series called You're My Hero. And that positioned me as the guy who was standing up for the little guy. And then we ended up doing You're My Hero for kids. And then we did You're My Hero for girl guides. And then things were going along great. And all of a sudden I got sick. They told me, Barry, you've got cancer. You better get your affairs in order. And I said, well, I haven't had any affairs. And the doctor went, oh, that's not funny. I went, yes, it is funny. And but I was out of work for 2 years because of the sickness and everything. But I bounced back, and I ended up saying, well, how do I get back into the game? And it said, well, every time I wanted to change my life and reposition myself, I wrote a book. So while I was going through the cancer and healing, I wrote this book called The Cancer Dance. And it's I wrote it like the Chicken Soup for the Soul books, where every incident was a story. So it's 55 different stories of what happened, the first chemotherapy and everything like that. And just because I wanted to let people know that it's cancer's serious, but at the same time you could have fun with it, the cover of the book, as you can see, is me crossing the busiest street in Toronto, Canada, in an open-back hospital gown. And so I positioned myself that way, and then I started giving speeches, and even to the state police, I have 200 state police officers, I ended up halfway through the speech changing into my hospital gown and giving the speech in the hospital gown. So that's what you're going to learn in the lessons when we present later this month, and how to use a book to position yourself and create some fun, and just create an extra amount of joy in your life, because you will never, ever understand what it's like when people say, you're an author? Especially your old teachers.
I have the feeling, Barry, that you're going to become the hero of our audience. Now, I just want to pause for just a few seconds and get the audience to ask themselves this question. How do they think about you just a few minutes ago? And how do they see you right now after they've seen so many books that you published? And I hope you guys and you will understand and you'll agree with me that Barry is now positioned as an expert, as an achiever, and way above his competitors, other speakers, and other people in business. And that's exactly what you can achieve when you write your book. So I'm really looking forward to hearing, Barry, about how to go about writing a book, right? Because that's the topic, and that's what you'll be talking about. The nuggets on how to think about the book and how to write it so it really serves you, so you get your business where you want, and charge more because you are a published author, and obviously you're recognized as an expert. Do you want to add anything else, Barry, before we start?
Well, just as a way of saying thank you to you and your audience, we just wanted to just say, look, you owe it to yourself. If you feel that, wow, I've got something to say, why would you write a book? Well, the first thing is you've got something to say, and the reason you open up a business is you have something to provide. So, what are the problems that you are the answer to? And we'll teach you how to express those problems and help other people get their problems solved using your solutions, using a book.
That's great. I'm really looking forward to your talk. And I have to say that going through the same program that you've been through, and I know that you work with Jerry Robert from the owner and the founder of Black Card's book. That's the program that I followed myself to write my own book, and it did change my life as well, as it will change yours when you write yours. So thank you, Barry. I'm looking forward to your talk for the Business Success Marathon, and I'll see you shortly.
Thank you, Azana. See everybody soon.